Because that's how you do it. Something that you can burst out, probably like a laughter or something. And we are on and rolling. Now I can just record that. I can just pull this one down a bit, right? So I can measure the angle here so that you can have like a breathing space or some, a bit of a breathing space there. Position this thing here, and I know this bright color here is addicting to the eyes. You can take your eyes off this. So this one here reflects like the top of my head, and then the headphones here the cover. So now the focus is in the face, but I look a bit shy. My handkerchief. It's my handkerchief. I don't know. Probably there's some shit in there. And oh, it is. I'm looking for this shit. I look shiny as fuck. Look at that. I don't know why I just drank, man. Let me just pull up some water. Some more water. Hear it. When someone has a say or has an idea, it can be complicated, and it's not like these adults are just their kid, like they don't like know or want to have a say or but yeah. Watching they are deep, and they are the coffee like sleeps out. You're gonna fully contribute to this thing. So this one is going to be a quick session. we just pick up here. Just shut the fuck up and finish putting it, redesigning it, because you can only hear me, but you can't even see me. And you put the noise cancellation here first for the noise cancellation, right? Mm-hmm. So, it should be near. Let me just shift this thing to there. Nice. So now at least there's less. But it's a good setup. It's a good idea. So now the only other thing left is for me to put it here. You see? Here. And to cross another one here. Just a bit. So that makes sense. So I don't need like headphones or because I don't know why they broke here at the center. It's a bit crazy. Bro, I'm having like the best headphones and now they broke. I'm like, what? What? They probably stayed for like a year or something. I need to get some new headphones right now. Is the limiter on there? So I can shout. I can shout. And it won't break here, so that's a good thing. It's -10. Let me put it under negative, probably 6, -6 dB. I'm just talking about the audio, the threshold, the limiter, so that it can't distort my audio in any way. So yeah, I don't even know like what the topic of today is, but what is the title? The scream of the stream. It's about. Let me look at it here first. Update title. Is it going to update? Oh, everything we ignore. That's good. That's perfect. So are we on? Let me look at YouTube first. And let us know after that what will happen thereafter. And but it looks good. Let me look at it first because I don't trust this. This is a new. Actually, this is the new shit. The YouTube. Yeah, it's good. You can tell. Perfect. So let me first put my number there. This is an M-Pesa number. If you're feeling generous, just do some today. Right now, do some. Right? And this is a multi-stream, so I'm streaming on YouTube and I'm also streaming on Twitch. And the only two platforms right now that make sense in this streaming software, which is a bit crazy though, and it's a good startup. Oh, this is my laptop, my camera, laptop camera. Of course, I couldn't put it, or I'm not even I'm not willing to put it here or anything, right? But it makes sense, right? Setup looks nice. And it's crazy because I had promised myself that I'd be actually streaming on every day, but it seems to be a bit of a tricky idea, tricky concept to maneuver, get through it. But at least we are now, and I can just put it here to be one of the best things ever. So let me first finish here, and we are perfect and perfect, bro. I've come to experience like different versions of different mindsets of people. Still amaze me till this day because what do you mean? Let me pull this one a bit closer so that it can capture the audio in double format, right? Shit, it's tilting the camera. The phone is charging. Let me see so that the camera doesn't die on me. No, it's perfect. Ooh. Perfect. Look at that. And this was a quick stream. I don't even know how long I'm going to do it for, but this is just the start. I have no idea. No nothing else to say. Look at that tea. Even for the color grading would be better. Look at that. All this big body. I don't know. It's like when I'm getting older, I'm getting better. Because at 19 I wouldn't even fathom, or hey, that's a big word. I wouldn't even know that I would have this big body physique. Right? At 19 I was skinny as fuck. Of course I'm still skinny. But I mean it beats the whole point of me streaming here, but that's what I'm saying. Like the setup, I know it's fire. I shouldn't be looking up, I should look down. I should look straight. But that's a good idea. What about the lighting? Nah, it's not good. What if I turn on the main one? That's perfect. Should I leave that blue that way or what? Oh, no. Oh. I have a lighting idea here. So that I can just light it on this side alone. But the blue looks crazy, right? Can I turn this off? Let me change the lighting setup right now before this thing happens. So we first change this one. Let me change the lighting here. Okay. So that it makes sense. Turn it off. Turn it off. Remove that. Turn it on. Doesn't work. Come here, let me replace the lighting here. Some crazy vibes. Bear with me, bear with me. You guys have to bear with me right now. If I sit here, the lighting, nice. Looks perfect. But it's too near. I put it on the bigger. Yeah. You first see what's going to happen here. Perfect. So this thing lost relevance. Fuck. So this one doesn't exist now. It can't fit on that side. Let me try putting this on. Let me try putting this on. Well, you can tell, right? Get here. What is wrong with the camera here? You see that? Let me fast. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with motherfucking me. Is that setup in? Let me put this on. It's called the flashlight. Let me show you. The lighting is advanced. Oh, this one looks like a professional setup. With only my $200. Because sometimes it gets through or beats the whole point. Shit. What do I put the blue there still? So that it lights in both lights. It lights in blue and also lights in. Look at that. How is that set up? Let me see here. The setup is perfect. This one side is black, is not well lit, right? Only if I get near, but if I put the blue in too, let me see that. How is that set up? Does it look good, better? Is it better? The blue one? Oh, I didn't know that this setup would take me so much time. Trying to put it here first. What about the setup now? Perfect, right? It looks better. The blue, the lighting. This side is the one that is a bit darker, but who cares? Right? Is the setup better or worse compared to like the previous one? Is it better or worse? Oof, that is even darker. Probably the blue doesn't make sense. I mean, the blue lighting. I don't know what this blue means. Perfect lighting. Shit, perfect. I don't know how much I bought this bulb for, but it plays its part though. So that one has been quick. 20 minutes of setting up the light. But it looks better, right? Yeah, fuck. It looks more cinematic. I don't know what happened to this lighting of mine here. This lighting here is crazy. It doesn't light anymore. Fuck. Fuck. Just put it up there. And now the lighting is good and we can kick off this whole discussion, which is about nothing. But the time is actually 6. It's 7 right now. 7 just knocked on the door and behave. It's 7 and I'm here. And this guy hasn't even finished setting up this camera and shit. And it looks better, right? It looks like God is talking to you like from this side here. Like, but now the God is the lighting because there's this light here and there's this light. What if I turn off this light and I can only use this one alone? Let me try to turn off this one. Let me turn it off there. And how is it now? Nah, it needs to be on. Yeah, let me turn it on. Perfect. I just got a new setup today. And because it's a new setup, I can just put this one near, more close, so that it records so my ad libs or that the high frequencies from me speaking. But it's a good setup, right? I mean, I tried it. I just thought of let me try this setup first, and it made sense. Why is this mouse so near to me? Too near. So now here needs like a painting here, and probably at the back, and on this side. Oh, but it's really pulled out like it's like it's coming in forward, right? And this one comes like this, and now there. The wall is the one that redirects you, and how I'm sitting to gives the biggest satisfaction. Hey, now I look big. What have I been eating? Alright, I slowed up on the fucking part or what? Nah. You see me, I can do whatever I want anytime. Which is crazy because like earlier I was listening to a certain song and then this concept of me streaming today just came up and I'm like, okay, I'll try streaming today for about an hour or so and then I'll be off because right now it's around 7 on the dot. Yo, it's 7 sharp, 7 a.m. and the stream is on. And now it's the start of the stream and the recording is on and we pull out now. But I have nothing to say though. So I'm not saying everything, but I remember there was this time that it was in a party or somewhere. And then I just got into this idea or in my imagination that there was this party, of course, and then there was, of course, women are there. That's why, like, I stopped going to those places. But this one guy here had like the ego to try to come at all the men there. Now, of course, I was the target. I was the big one, and now he came to me, and I'm like, "What are we discussing here? Like, why is my voice bothering you so much? Because if you have nothing to say, just shut the fuck up. But now if you think you can dare to come and interrupt people who are speaking now, you just get thrown under the bus. I'm taking getting thrown under the bus, not in the concept of getting run over, getting probably what do you call it? That thing of getting screwed over. He came there with so low energy vibes. I'm like, it's like I'm taking the beach, but the beach it was already I already know the beach like probably 7, 10 years later, or not later, 10 years earlier. And now this guy just met the beach like a year ago, probably months. I don't know their history, probably or that days, the day that they met. But he was so fucked in the head that he couldn't even like see how people are interacting, and you can tell like these people have known each other for so much long. So now, as we interact normally now, the guy came, hey, are you talking to my, I don't know, but it was some crazy thing that he said that time, but I don't even recall it because it doesn't matter right now. So now, it was so far. Now the guy too, like, I was in a company or in a place where the people there knew me like earlier on, right? So yeah, I was just like, okay, what are we doing here first? And then he was like, oh, you like he was just some crazy, of course, how people are, because I'm not saying the exact words because they don't matter, because I don't even remember them. I just remember the how the scene played out. And then I was like, okay, look at this guy. You want problem? Come, let's get it solved. Oh, bro. For the voice, he has none. But now you try to come to me like because of something that I said or something that I'm doing that is bothering you there. I'm like, continue being hypnotized in your state. That's why you have nothing to say, first of all. Sit there in your seat and let me talk, right? And because you have nothing to say, that's not what I talk bothers you. How? Just say something else. If our thoughts correspond, we are going to get together and we are going to speak out. We're going to collab on the next thing, bro. That whole interaction went left. It was like, shit. From that whole thing lasted like 30 seconds. I'm like, 30 seconds? I just gave him the stop. Like, I'm like, hey, I'd find you shit. If there's something that you have, if a problem you have with me, come, let it solve. Let's get it solved, like gentlemen. Like, bro, everyone around started looking like shit. Who's this guy? Who did we invite here? Like they never saw that part of me, which I don't like putting that part out, but if you trigger it, like it's going to come out naturally. Hey, the guy was shoot, man. He didn't expect that this was the guy that he tried to pick a fight with because of a bitch. And the bitch knows me. The bitch knows. The guys who I knew know that this guy is always like this. But now, to you now, it's bothering you. It's like, you never met this character in your life. I bet that guy still remembers me till this day. Like, I create trauma, right? We make the trauma. It's somewhere was it a video or a book where I read where someone said like in our family we don't have trauma, we create the trauma now. It's crazy. Is it trauma or what? Is the word that you use? Trauma is a bit ambiguous word to use, but those are the contexts of what I'm saying, right? Yeah, but now it reaches a point I'm like, fuck, this guy, like she thinks, of course, because she acted like a woman, that's what I'm saying. She thinks now that everybody who they meet is to be played with and everybody will just run over with their bullshit. Hey, he was surprised there. Like, fuck, man. The reality, I saw the realization in her eyes, of course, because she's a woman by now, because why are you acting like a hoe? And now, she was like, fuck. Like, even the people around looked at him like, he had a buddy there. The buddy was like, what are you doing? Like, messing with this guy. You mean you didn't see it? I don't know where the guy came from, but that thing defeated the whole point, first of all. So, I don't know. This is how we start the podcast now. After putting up some good lighting, good things, right? This is my laptop here. So once you see me looking at it, this is my laptop. Or I should just put it here. So I could look down. Nah, I'd rather look on the side than look down. Or on this side. Nah, this is the best side. But I should even close this light in here because it will bother me and my podcasting and everything. Which makes a lot of sense though. Let me just come here. Put some crazy. What is the title of the stream first of all? I don't know. It doesn't matter. That's why I put it there. Just because you can't leave it blank. And that's how it is most of the time. Like people be saying that they want to change their lives. I'm like, no. Me, I don't want to change my life because it doesn't make sense. Like, why should I change my life? And it's good the way it is. If it needs a little bit of a tweaking, I'll do that. If it needs something else, I'll do that. But me coming up with this whole concept or idea of like trying to fix things in a way, I came up like just the other day I was thinking about this idea of you actually having like an outside of body experience in a way, right? Why is my audio thin? I feel like my audio is thin, right? My audio is thin. This is not how it's supposed to be. It sounds like it that thin mic. Maybe probably I'll fix it in post. Yeah, that's a very crazy mindset to put there. I'll fix it in post. Which makes oh the what is it called? The podcast or the stream that I did yesterday was crazy. I don't know why. It was crazy stream because was it yesterday or the day a day ago, yeah. The stream that I'm just looking at it here. The stream I did a day ago is fucked because the lighting was shit and I didn't even have like I didn't pre-planned it. I just wanted to test like different sides, different places of the stream. So I put it there and it made sense, but it was some deep shit. It was about 2 hours. I'm just checking it here. And today's stream has nothing good going on. That's why I have no topic, no nothing. I just decided to put on the camera. They say that consistency. I don't know what that means. Like I'll stream whenever I want to. If I don't need to, I'll just edit. And you see, I just woke up at today. Yesterday, I just spread my air mattress here and I said, I'm going like to sleep for like 2 hours. Bro, I woke up after 6, 7 hours. It was about 2. It was around 2 a.m. I slept at around 4 p.m. I said I'm only going to wake up. I'm going to sleep for 2 hours. I wake up at 6. Bro, I found myself waking up. I felt myself at 2 a.m. I'm like, shit, what do you mean 2? What did I do? Nothing. So yeah, I procrastinated there for some few hours and now. Right now I just took a shower at around 5. I took a shower at 5. I pre-planned this thing at around 6 something. Yeah, if you look at the stream, I started at around 6:30, somewhere there. And now I set up the camera, the lighting, the camera at 6:30, the lighting at 7. Now everything came up and now it's around 7:10. It's around 7:10 right now. Or even have a watch here. I don't know, peeping in there. It's around 7:10. But now the stream is on and playing and yeah, that's the process from yesterday up to now, this moment. And in about an hour's time, in around 8 to 8:30, I'll be out because I need first to get my license on. So I'm going to that place, going for a quick ride. But now we are first here in the street, like leave alone that one is later. We'll know about that one when the time comes. So right now, I don't even know what I'm supposed to say here or what I'm supposed to do or what the topic is, but we can talk about anything, right? Yeah, because the first time that consciousness hit me, like I've talked about this in another pod or another live video, was like I can account like the places where consciousness hit because it doesn't hit at one, it hits like at many places. Like it's a realization every time you're like, shit, I'm not special. This thing can also happen to me, right? The previous video, the previous live, I said it was first of all the swimming pool where I drank water like crazy. That one was back in 2013, probably over 13 years ago, 12 years ago, somewhere. I don't know. Do the math. Yeah, there's another one which was like me having the outside or out of body experience, which is crazy because I did it like 2022, 2021, 2023 actually. But like I started doing all these things about awakening and shit, but those things don't even matter. I tried that shit. It's all bullshit. It's another rabbit hole that you get into. Because what do you mean now? But that shit is real. Like it's crazy because when you are like under some psychedelic influence, it's for real like an outside of body experience that you do when you are under the influence of something. But now you don't even see it that way fast. Like you can just meditate, do all these things when you are want to experience that out of body experience first. And you know it happens. You can't tell unless you have done it first. To you it makes sense. And it's like you know that you are asleep and your body is still bad. You can feel yourself like getting out of it. You wake up, but now in Lord form, right? In the mind form. Now you can transpose your mind where you want it to go, or you can like envision a place where you have like a photographic memory of it, and then you take your mind or your thought process in that place and you're there and it shows you what is happening in the moment. I might be crazy, but that's how it is. So now I envisioned a place where I was like a day, 2 days ago, and then I envisioned the whole setup, where I was sitting, how the setup was. And now, for me, where I was sitting, there was actually nobody there. But I envisioned myself to be there and all the people who were around. But now, to me, I was the one who was there. But now, them, because this is happening like live form, like right now, they were not actually there when I was there. But now, since I'm here now in this outside of body experience, I saw them there speaking about the things that they wouldn't speak when I was there. But now, since I'm not there physically, but I'm there like visually, mentally, I hear them what they say. I see them. If they're mocking you, you will see them like in your head, and you will get every single point of every single thing that they're saying, which is so crazy. You don't invite people to your place, bro. It's crazy. People don't even like envision this thing in a way, right? If they are transcended into that form or that higher level of intellect, you can go to someone's place and see what they are doing mentally. I know it seems crazy, but unless you experience it, you can't tell, right? So yeah, you go there mentally now, you listen to their stories, and you know that it's like you want to talk to them, but you can't. That time you are now in listening form because you are meditating. Now you just listen to what you want to listen to. You filter out all the info. If it's useless, it's like you can fast forward what they want to say or what you want them to say, and you can also look back to what they said. It's like a whole movie is played in your head, and then it reaches the point you're like, fuck, these people are neither friends nor enemies. Like it's they're just there. Like you can't tell who is who. You can't trust anything. You can't trust anyone. You can't even trust what they say because you don't know if it's real or it's just your head, your mind's playing games with you. So now it's very fun. I like to say it that way because it's fun and you can do it. You being in that moment, it feels like it's 30 minutes, but you actually went there for like seconds. Seconds, you just see it, and now it hits you. It's like shit. And now you wake up. You're like, fuck, what was that? You try to go back again, you can't. I mean, it's done. Whatever you had it. So now you use that because now you use it to somewhere familiar or somewhere where you know. Now you use that to go to somewhere place, explore more places. You can even look it up on the internet. Look it as long as you have the mental image of it, you can go there mentally, spiritually, physically in your head now. And it's crazy. But now the setup takes so much time for you, first of all, to tune into that frequency so that now you can move into that zone. It's something that you can't fathom, like in the human mind. Once you're saying this, people will be like, this guy's crazy. But now, everything that I've said, it's systematic, right? You're felt it has like a progression to it, just like music, where there are the chords, everything, there are certain progressions to it. Like you can use any progression or you want. For example, like 1 4 5, which is a major. You get many things. So this is the setup that I'm saying. You use that one, but now in your head, you have to be so intellectually smart and under the influence of something because normal mind you can do that. Or probably if you are not under the influence that time, probably if you did it like a day, probably a minimum of a week ago, you have to be under a certain influence so that you can transcend into that form of awakening or awareness that now you can maneuver through all these things. I don't know, I've heard people saying that they met like the gods, then they would reject them. I'm like, no, you don't. Like, you are the god. You are the god now, not the god, god, like someone who's there, like in the spiritual world where they are gatekeeping. There's no one that is your world. I'm like, you mean like you visualize this thing by yourself and you put a guard in you, like in your whole mindset, you put a guard, but you're supposed to enjoy this thing, right? You're supposed to envision it. It's supposed to be as you want it to be. So now in your mindset, you put like limitations to it. That's why you're telling me there are guards. I'm like, mine was freedom. Like I will even fly. Like if I wanted, I want to fly. If I want, like you can take an example of how people go through like what is it called? These water slides, right? You can even slide through like your mindset, like through your vision. If you don't want to talk, no, not to talk. If you don't want to walk, you can fly, you can slide, you can glide. It depends on whatever you want. But now before you reaching into that state of, take an example like flying, you have like to make adjustment to the suit that you are using to the character that flies. You have to upgrade and envision yourself to it being able to do that function, like how a plane is, right? It has both engines on the side. It has the what is it called, these wings, right? It has the shape that it has. So now for a human form, okay, what do you need? You need feathers, right? Where how will your legs look like? Like in what position will you put them? So now you have to envision and act this whole thing. Let it play in your head first. And now once it's done, now you try this one. It doesn't make sense. You try this one. And now once you leave it just there and be like, okay, fuck it, I'm just flying the way I am. You just fly. It's crazy. And now, if you need it to not fly, you try to control it. Once you try to control it, now it can't move forward. It can't happen now as you're supposed to. And it's crazy. It's so limiting that once you try to control it, now it stops working. But if you're just living and enjoying it the moment, like don't worry about it. Just through surf through it, like experience it as it comes. I mean, it seems like to be a lot of words that I'm trying to say here, but that's how it is. Like it's just one experience. If I have to talk about the experience that I did, the effects, it's crazy. You don't even need it because it reaches a point you're like, what am I even doing here? Like I'm wasting my time, but still, that time you're in the zone, like you want to experience it as you should, right? Let me first put on this camera here. I don't know why this shit just shut off. This thing is off. Let me put it on again. And it should make sense in about a second or that. Now it's perfect. Yeah, like this thing, it has no limitations for you. It just needs you to go. Like you just experience it as it comes. Don't try to control it. Once you control it, you're done for. Because how can you control it? Can't control it in any way. So you just experience it as it is. And that journey is a must. You must go through it. If you want like to come on this other side, there's a free. So that now when someone tries to come to you with that bullshit of they are this, no. Because you went through that rabbit hole yourself. You experienced everything. And in the end, it told you that it's nothing. It's all in your head. And now you wake up now to this reality of where these things now are actual reality, where you can touch things. Because in your head, you can't touch it. You experience it, you explore through it. Like this handkerchief, you can pass through it. You can feel every fabric of it. You can even calculate like the lines and everything. You'll be able to count and see how it affects you visually, how it controls you subconsciously. You can tell because this one, like the lines here are four, right? This is just my life that I say that I did. This is my stories, right? I try. That's why I made this channel for my thoughts every day. If I feel like there's something that I wanted to remember or recall, and now I want to voice it out, I just do it here because probably someone who's experienced the same thing will experience it and be like, "Oh shit, so I'm not crazy." Yeah, you're not crazy. I also went through that shit, right? You see, like these lines here, four. This is like a box. Four is a box, right? It doesn't matter what or how what the arrangement that is put in. Four is always a box, and you see after four, there's a demarcation, and now it starts again. You see, it's only one. So that means now this is what it's telling here. Like it's telling you this thing is a box and now it looks neat and controlled because the brain loves familiarity and arrangement and things that are in orderly form. It looks good. It doesn't matter. As long as it's continuous and it's arranged in a way, it looks good. So the brain just knows that. It's subconsciously. So that's what I'm saying. Even in the setup, in the places that you live, like three means like it's the godly form, right? It's something that is shooting when the apex is looking up like this. This is normal. Like this is now controlled. This you vision or you envision this as something great, right? If it's four, it's a box. It's keeping you there. It's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like my thought. This is what I just discovered in the moment, and I love it because right now I can just move. And trust me, you don't now when you're walking, you just try to counter and vision. No, just experience it. Like you just love it. You be like, shit, this thing controls me so much. Like I didn't even notice it until I looked deep into it. And now it's reaching that point. It's like, sure. So now I have to live by these things every day. And now just look at the bigger picture, the bigger picture of it. You're like, okay, so now I can even create mine too, right? So I'm like, okay, if I need to set up this camera, this is how I need to set it up, the processes involved, what I'm going to put it on, if I don't have like the tripod or anything, is how I can structure it and now it gives you like a good form that it will make sense and it will also keep me hooked here. But I don't like put the camera on and the next minute I'm moving out. I just place it as supposed to because the brain loves familiarity. The brain itself is conscious, right? That's why like even the smallest of the triggers, even if like your eyes detect a fly passing through here, you might not look at it, but the eye will detect it and it will look at it. But you're still concentrated, but the eyes and the brain have detected it. And it will follow it until it's gone. If it passes here, your brain will feel that it will tinklish, tickling, right? Yeah, let's say tinklish. Or spider senses, they're tinkling, right? Yeah, so your brain just knows it. Now, if it comes here, your brain will anticipate it and it will wait for it to pass here again. And now it will see, now that's when the brain will tell you, okay, look, and you'll just look at it or you'll just pretend and they'll just leave it. And now you'll wait for it until it reaches the end. Now you look at it and now you can tell that your mind is disturbed, right? That's how it is, subconscious. That's why, like in movie setups, the background activities happening. Just look at a full movie setting. What happens like in the background is what affects how you think, not what's happening like on the main character. Look at the background things, look at the lighting, look at the setups, look at the people passing there, look at the structures, look at how everything is. It's all designed to give this brain like this whole satisfactory thing. That's why you get hooked up to a movie so much. Even the screens are like boxes, right? Like it gets you hooked. The setup, the lighting, it looks so nice that you enjoy the craft itself. You know, that whole place is just like shit. I love this idea. Like I love this movie. Look at those colors. It's crazy, right? You know, you're just there living, chilling, experiencing life now in 4D, not even 4D, HD, 16D, whatever you want to put it, like you're experiencing it infinitely. It's much as you can see. You can only experience it as much as you can see it or envision it or visualize it in a way that for you makes sense or feels good for you, right? Because you can see so many things, but now your brain filters it because now you have experienced this one. This one is similar, so now you know how to deal with it. You know what you can do, first of all, to get rid of this one thing that is still bothering you in this process. Now it leaves you with so many possibilities now. It's you to choose, right? Just like food places. You go, there's this one type of food, they're serving chicken, this other side beef, this other side rabbit meat, this other side goose meat, this other side um do small things, right? So now it's you to choose which one you want to look at. And now that's the power now. Once you can choose, there's nothing else you can't choose. And now, and I'm saying, even now, the craziest thing about that is, even like in the concept of like you trying to have that outside of body experience, you're also scared that you might go there and never come back, which is crazy, but it's reality because remember again, you prepare this whole environment for yourself by you being steady, by you doing all these things. If there's a chant you want to do, you can chant. If there's how you need to put your eyes, you can put it. If there's how you want to place your neck, how comfortable you are, right? The level that you want to take your mind onto what is actually bothering you. That's why you can't do that when you are bothered. You have to be super relaxed. That's how everything works. You can try or you can do whatever you want, but as long as you are not relaxed, there's nothing going to happen to you. You'll be like, oh, this guy lied to me, and now this thing doesn't even happen. You just look at it, and when someone says this, you'll be like, is not saying the truth, or probably I've experienced something similar, but I didn't know how to voice it out. Voice it out. How is he voicing it out so good? Like, I need also to be able to voice it that way. That's why you find like videos like this are close to zero people watching it. But now once someone watches it, they will always be coming back to it because that one person will watch it like for over a year, 2 years, 5 years. And that one person watching it probably per month, they might watch it like once or never. Per year, probably like 3 times. So in 10 years, this thing will have like how many? 30 views for one person. It keeps on growing, like it never ends. It just keep on escalating every single day, every single day. It reach a point you're like, fuck, this guy, I knew, wait, and he's still putting more content. Wait, and that's why these things they reach a point like they just get lost. The algorithm just loses it. That's what I'm saying. If you have to like it, you have to subscribe to the video, you have to do anything that you can to envision it. And once you see this is bullshit, just leave it. Don't look deeper. That's what it is. You see how I'm able to switch through these convos and shit like freely because I'm not tied to anything, right? That's why people say like in music there's the tempo, there's this. But that one I've come to realize, even the previous live that I did, I was like, okay, the tempo is the most important thing. I'm like, no, unless you want to put the tempo onto a structured beat. But now I remember life is not structured, right? So now, what is more importantly, what I say like in the now basis or in the reality now is that the breaths that you put in between are the most important because if you are not well structured in your breathing system, you'll run out of air. Air, I mean, I've said hair because our head shaved and shit, right? You'll run out of air, and now your English or your language or your Swahili or your French, your German, your Spanish, your I don't know whatever language that you're speaking, or Chinese, like will get cut in the most craziest places where you want to speak it out like freely because that's how it is most of the time. Even look at the when you are speech or in speech synthesis. That's why now they're able to create AI to speak because they didn't put AI at the tempo, they put the spaces, right? how the AI is going to speak, like what the gap takes. Like it's the basics, but I'm not here to teach you anything, but you can just experience it as it is now. You experience it by doing, even you by listening this thing, it won't affect you. But if you start speaking now, you now start incorporating these things here and there, here and there. You incorporate so much things that it will reach a point you're like, fuck, this is what people be saying all the time. So I don't even need to listen to anybody because the incorporating breaths, tempo, you probably have the tone too, how loud or how low like you raise your voice. It makes sense. Like, I don't know. But this, don't take this serious, but just experience with so much talking every day, every day. But I also reached a point where I'm like, wait, I didn't speak for like 2 hours, 3 hours. I'm like, shit. No, I get like triggered in a way because in my head, I'm thinking that this thing now is going to be taken away from me. And I reach a point I'm like, no, it won't. The next time that I start speaking, I still find that I have it, right? But now you doing it regularly gives you that inch of a benefit because even your voice will be clearer, louder, your vocal cords will get stronger in a way, right? You'll be able to articulate yourself so much. That's why when people learn different languages, they have to speak it so much frequently that they're able to be fluent in it, right? Yeah, that's like doing anything, just like how you exercise your brain, your muscles. You have to do it every day. Like if you want to develop that, what is it called? The bulletproof now of like the smokers, the drinkers, right? You have to drink regularly, you have to smoke regularly. So that now once you smoke next or once you drink next, at least not affecting you like a beginner. But now you also have to hit the threshold that you can't do it anymore. And now you pass out like in drinking. Like in smoking, you have to smoke so much that now it doesn't even have the highness in you. And now you're like, shit, okay, so you now, okay, that's my limit now. So now, this day I'll be just doing this much because I know, but you will still crank it up anymore. What? Did I say anymore? You still crank it up more another time or any day or every day. And now you'll be like, oh shit, I did this, and that. Okay, so now what? Mm, so what? And because now you know that's how it is, you just move on. It's life, right? Yeah, you just experience it as you want it to, as you wanted to. And yeah, that's how it is now. This is like an hour of videoing, and let's say I'm good. Okay, I have like 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes till I'm gone now because I don't even know what I'm going to do right now. Probably go take some. I don't take breakfast, but I might try today to take breakfast. I don't know. Probably because this is an M-Pesa that I saw here. I saw someone try to send me like 10 bob for M-Pesa. I'm like, you want to buy me tea from those Burundians, right? Or coffee from those Burundians? Or the njugu? Ah, bro. Right now, like I've been eating some crazy njugus or peanuts lately. You know, those things are hitting. Not the fried one, the roasted ones, right? The one without the oil, right? The one that those pros know how to make it. Like it's like raw, but it's still I was about to say right, not right, but it's like cooked in a way. And they are so sweet. You don't even need to take off like the what is it called? Those small coverings or the outside layer, right? You just eat it as it is that way. And it makes sense. It makes sense. Once I say it makes sense, it makes sense. I know everybody has eaten that shit, but you get what I mean, right? Yeah, so it's just the basics of it. I don't know, I didn't want this video to be even this long, but because I don't usually have anything to say, but I mean, or that's the basic, but once I say I have nothing to say, I actually have everything to say. It's like a hook. I don't have anything to say, but I have everything to say in a way. Look at that wall, bro. Wow. My knuckles. You want my knuckles to be hard or what? But I mean, that light is good, right? I mean, let me know what you think about it. This is a good setup. This is a new setup that I did today. Is my mic distorting or what? I don't like when my mic distorts. Let me put a limiter here. Because what do you mean you are going higher than what is recommended or what is required? Let me put it around 7 dB, negative 7 dB, like for the overall. But now for the um, sound software or the sound capture, audio capture, you put it under -1 so that everything above 0 distorts. But now once you lower it a bit, everything that gets to that level gets cut. And now don't just leave it at there. Whatever is getting cut, right, over there, put something else there, right? So that now it likes. Let me just leave it. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, look at that. And the setup, the color. I know this one is going to trigger so many. This video might get the most of the views ever because this color in psychology, it like triggers the need for people to watch or comment or interact more with it. But it all depends on what you say. You can't just say, okay, I'll just sit here with the shirt on and just say nothing. It doesn't make sense though. And it's so crazy because like when you're just talking and experiencing this life, actually you don't need anything else. Like the need in you is like gone. Like long as you can have the right setup, the Wi-Fi, like everything, the headphones are working. But now here they are shaped like the love phone, but they're still working, right? Yeah, it makes sense or it makes no sense too at the same time. But this is the basics, right? That I love experiencing life in the reality form as it is right now because this is something that I can feel, I can touch. Right? Once you wake up, you just know that okay, there's so much work that awaits on this side, but there's no pressure because you know you craft everything, right? Like you can say, okay, today I'm not going to do this thing, I'm going to do this other one. Because now you have so many things. But now once you're pressured into doing one thing, you do it terribly. And you're not even in the mood, you can't be in the zone. But it was so crazy because before this whole thing, like I felt my life was working smoothly. But right now, like this other part that I got, I'm like, fuck, that's who shit has been controlling me. Even what I want to say, the people will come and trigger me in a way that I will talk this way to them. But now, once I have control now, as I'm saying, I can just do anything that I want. I can say whatever I want. If I don't want to say, I not say it. But if I don't have anything to say, I'll not say it. It doesn't matter. I've tried it when I have something to say, but I still don't. So once I find myself in those places, I just go out on my way. Like I just leave that whole dysfunction there, that whole mess of a thing, and I'll just move on because that's how it is most of the time. You can even cry or you can even remember the things that you did earlier and be like, shit. But now for a man to cry, it's crazy now. Because, what do you mean cry, bro? I'd rather die than cry. That's crazy. It makes sense though, unless one smoke gets in your eyes. Of course, that one is inevitable, right? Yeah, I just remember that once you light it and now the smoke just gets into your eyes, you're like, fuck. You're like, I know once now with someone there, you're like, are you crying? I'm like, oh, what do you mean I'm not crying? I'm not crying for shit, I'm good, man. Like, by that time, your eye is fucked. But you can't just tell, you're like there chilling and experiencing it for what it is. But you know that it triggered you. You know, this other person you're talking to. So made it worse, and now you can't. Now it's now like a lived memory now. Now you have not to deal with that now. That's something that you put energy, right? And now it makes sense. Now later it makes everything memorable and shit. You just experience it in any way. Yeah, that's how it is most of the time. I just love speaking to myself. I just love these moments when I'm just here in the moment, right? Because I can just say anything that I want. And I've come to realize that people stay for long in their houses without speaking, without going back and recall or remember or tap into that self that they're just there. They have nothing else going on. Like, what do you mean? You sit all through in your house waiting tomorrow to go to work. And remember, you just woke up, and the only time that you are speaking out is when you are the work. So now you're like, this is your best place ever. Because you know, once you're not here, these other places like you don't do these things. Or probably because you haven't tried it. But once you try it, it's like addiction. But you can never, even if you try. You also find yourself when you are riding bikes, when you are driving, you're always just there in the zone. And right now with social media, just put the phone on and just speak. And now you look at these videos later, years later, you're like, fuck, man. But now it reaches a point you don't even want to listen to yourself because that's not you are you now that you are right now. That's the past you. But the past you still made sense and made you even the most bucks, the most money. So this past you also is now part of your reality now. Is the one who made you now who you are right now. So now you just appreciate him and now you look at everybody around you, you're like, shit, this one guy now, really, he had also a past, and now this is him now. And you're like, shit, so everything is moving, nothing is stagnant, which is crazy. Because even when someone is standing, or when someone is sitting, when someone is sleeping, you just see their body move. So there's nothing that is stagnant in this world. Even like this thing here, probably this one is stagnant, right? Yeah, because it's sitting there. But now I moved it, right? So it's not stagnant. It's the cause and effect that is there. But yeah, that's like cars. Also, when cars are sitting, the tires deflate unless you are placing it on a somewhere like a garage or something. The tires deflate, so it will still move and also like the wind is blowing, so it fading, like the metals are rusting and shit. There's rain that will come and pour on that car still, probably, or unless it's in a garage or indoors. So these small things that happen in the process is what trigger the bigger cause of it, which is crazy, yeah. What I'm saying now, oh shit, at that time I'd gone like crazy, but that is the perfect time to end this live. Yeah. So this one was a quick one. I like to call it a quickie, right? Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. Like it just takes no time, or it takes me time. This was a quick. I don't know. Should I call it like higher form, higher form baba, higher form experience that I did just there. Like these are the thoughts that you rarely find them anywhere, and these are things that depend. So now, if I talked about this, that means like my algorithm was fucked, right? My algorithm is fucked. My algorithm is fucked, and yeah, I think that's it. Nothing else to say here. I can't really send it on. I just put a